What's up, everyone? Welcome to Rusty and Billy's Wrestling Adventure post Wrestlemania. Man, if I mean it,
I'm already right there with the action figure.
man,
Acknowledge him, our tribal
bro.
chief.
And I'm gonna try to not jump into it right away because I want to save that one for the end. But
My bad.
I would no. You got to start with the acknowledgement. But man, I've got to say, and we're gonna break all of them down a little bit, but hands down, match of the whole event.
No, there
Like
were some great matches.
There,
There were
there were
some great
some good
matches.
matches, but that one was easily the best. Not just because of the outcome, but because for one reason that, and I'm going to get into it, but the length of the match.
Hmm.
And I want to start off by saying I don't know if anybody else felt this way, but I felt like I was very disappointed in one thing, and that is I felt like almost every match felt rushed and cut short, and there was way more ad time than wrestling. And I've got facts to back it up.
Yeah.
I didn't save the graphic that had the night one times, but I just didn't think about it. But when night two came out, after night two, when I saw the match times on it, I had to save it and just go over it a little bit. Brock and Oba, 4 minutes and 46 seconds.
Now, I didn't expect that to go like there wasn't going to be no Iron Man match or anything like that. I
No,
did not expect that to go beyond five, if that.
I,
So that's about what I expected. Um,
but to me, the problem with that is out of that 5 minutes, there was a lot of just kind of flexing, in my opinion. Like I don't, it was too short. It was too short. I would like to have seen a 7 to 10 minute match there. I want to see them actually wrestling, man. Like it was so hyped, so anticipated. I want to see more than just a couple big moves and then let's call it a day. The ladder match, 15 minutes. That's longer than I expected because it felt like watching it live that it was shorter than that. To me, when I watched it, I was like, my God, the match just started. It's already over. Like, it felt shorter than that. Trick and Sammy, 9 minutes. To me, it's so let me say this. It's not, I mean, we're talking that's bell to bell.
mhm.
So in that 9 minutes, there's a whole lot of nothing going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just felt very rushed again, especially at the finish. Like, it just felt like, and we'll get into it more, but it just felt like, oh, Trick got a little momentum, hit his move, match over. Rhea and Jade, 10 minutes and 10 seconds. Very entertaining match.
Uh-huh.
I will say for a 10-minute match, it was full of action.
Jade's best match by
I,
far.
I, I was gonna, and I'm gonna talk about that when we get to the breakdown of Not To because I've I've got some flowers to give out for that.
Hmm.
But Dom and the Demon, 13 minutes. I felt like that one didn't feel as rushed. I thought it felt like a pretty thorough match. Like it felt about right. And I will say, not one felt much more rushed than night two to me. I wish I would have saved those times. And then 34 minutes for your main event, which it didn't feel like 34 minutes, man. It felt good. It didn't feel like it was taking too long. It didn't feel like it was rushed. To me, it was the only match out of all of them that didn't feel like they were like, "Hey, come on, let's go. Hey, come on, let's go. Hey, come on, let's go."
Yeah,
Like they put them in the kitchen and let them cook.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? And in some of the other matches, it just didn't feel that way to me. So, like to break it down like this, you got in that first hour that was live on ESPN, a 4 minute and 46 second match and a 15-minute match. So you've got less than 20 minutes of actual match of wrestling in an hour slot.
It's just part of being on ESPN, and ESPN is commercials, and the app is ad heavy. That's just part of it,
Very
and it's a
heavy.
necessary evil. Apparently, it's a
Let's see.
necessary
So
evil.
34, 46, 56, 66, 70. In a, what was it, a 3.5 hour window of PLE?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I remember the days when we had like, I mean, WrestleMania 35 was like 10 hours. front to back, and it literally just began on Sunday, ended on Monday. The next year they split it up into 2 nights,
Right.
so I'm not complaining about that. But I
No,
see what you're saying.
but my point is in a 3.5 hour window, we've got an hour and a half of matches.
Yeah.
There's
Yep.
no backstage stuff. There wasn't. It didn't even feel like there was a lot of hot videos building the
They didn't.
matches.
That's what I was gonna say. They didn't show the hype videos like they have for the
Yeah,
last 30 some odd years
it
of
was just
PLEs,
ads.
except for the main events.
It was just
I think.
commercials. Like, dude,
Yeah.
I don't watch a PLE for the commercials, man. Like,
No.
and this is where TKO is ruining it for me.
Mm-hmm.
They're ruining it between the prices of everything, and now when I'm paying for the service, you know, and now I'm having to watch more ads than product that
Yes.
I'm getting. Like,
No, that's just ESPN. There's no way to get around those
it,
ads. I agree. It sucks.
it's ridiculous, and I think
Since
everybody needs to throw a fit. And I don't know if you caught the post show where they were chanting FTKO,
yes, yes,
but
yep.
God bless every
Mm-hmm.
one of y'all chanting that. I don't
Agreed. Yes.
necessarily promote the cursing, but in this case, FTKO.
And listen, I'm a TKO shareholder. Okay, when TKO bought the company, I bought some of that stock, and I've got me a little bit of it. But that being said, I'm not a fan of outpricing fans, such as myself. I'm not a fan of ads on PLEs when we've never had them for 40 plus years now.
No, we could watch a
No.
3 hour pay per view or PLE, and we got 3 hours of pure wrestling content. Whether it
Mm-hmm.
was matches, interviews, it was all wrestling. It was
Mm-hmm.
all the event. You could have fit both nights into one with when you calculate the match times very easily. Now I
Mm-hmm.
know now that cuts into your ticket sales, and we all know the 2 night thing is a money grab. It started out because, like you said, PLEs were going 4, 5, 5.5 hours.
35 lasted into the next freaking Monday
Yeah.
morning. I'll never forget. Just man, it was like 1 a.m. and I would watch. That's back on the WWE Network when you could pause it to go
Hmm.
pee and come back, and it
Which was
stayed put.
awesome.
And it stayed put, and you could watch it from the beginning anytime it was aired. It was on demand the whole time. It was great. It was awesome. Then went to Peacock. Peacock was not like that. Peacock
Mm-mm.
sucked. I was so glad to get off Peacock, but you didn't have ads on Peacock like this, like
No.
ESPN does. So there's a give and take there. I miss the network. Bring it back. But yeah, WrestleMania 35 lasted like it seemed like 10 hours. And I'm thinking of like the crew, the camera crew, everybody in production, everybody that's there working at MetLife Stadium at that night. Like going that long working a show with no break,
Mm-mm.
not to pee, not to eat, not to, I mean, a lot can happen with
That's
you
a
in eight to
whole
10 hours.
night.
That's
That's a
a
long night.
long, long day and night. So yeah, at least as fans, we have the ability to pause, use the bathroom, come back, pick up where we left off. But it was like 1:30 in the morning. I was just like, man, alive, I think I had to work the next day. But I still stayed up and watched, Becky pin Ronda and Becky two belts. So, but yeah, man, that was a long mania. The next year, COVID hit, and that's when they split it up into 2 nights. I don't think they were going to do that until COVID hit, but still, it
And
was
don't get me
very
wrong,
much needed.
I'm not against the 2 nights. Like, if you're going to fill the cards, like
Mhm,
like with those match times, we could have got some of those other matches that were WrestleMania worthy matches.
mhm,
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna put on 5 minute, 8 minute, like single digit minute matches in WrestleMania, like, come on, man, come on.
mhm,
If I bought tickets to WrestleMania at those prices, and
mhm.
this was what I got, minus the main event and maybe the Balor Dom match,
Little busted.
I'm I'm irate.
Hmm.
I'm
I see that.
irate.
I see that.
Ticket holders did not get their money's worth with this. I'm just telling you right now. And I didn't pay for a ticket. I don't feel like I got my ESPN subscription money worth, honestly, with just because make it an hour and a half and don't make me watch all the ads. Like, just make it an hour and a half. Like, I don't watch PLEs for the ads. I'll suck it up and
Right.
deal with them through Raw. I'll deal with them through SmackDown. I do not want ads during my PLEs. My God, they're all over the ring.
Yeah.
They're
They
all
are.
over the
They're
ring.
everywhere.
My
They're
God, just
everywhere.
put the logos in the corners of the screen and let's have real content, man.
Hmm.
I I'm just really disappointed in that aspect. Like, we were watching it. My sister was over watching it, and we are like, My God, there's more commercials than wrestling. Like
It's over
commercial breaks were lasting longer than some of these matches, man. Like
and that is horrible. That is not
horrible.
what we like, what we have been used to all these years
No.
and decades. And yeah, I'm with you on all that, quite frankly. Yeah,
So
that's just what
there's
it
my
is.
gripe to start the show.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Agreed.
now that that's out of the way, let's run it back. Let's rewind back to not one. Let's talk about the matches because they weren't bad. They were just short and felt
Right, right,
rushed.
right. Mm-hmm.
So the 6-man tag match, it was a good match. That but that
I'm
match
laughing already.
here's the thing about that match though is right then I thought, well, that was weird. That was a weird match. Like it was very short. It was short. It was just short. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but it was entertaining. You know what I'm saying? Them turning on Paul turning on I show speed, and then I show speed hitting the
Logan Paul, that is, not Paul Heyman. He wasn't out there.
right. Yeah, my
Logan
bad. Let me
Paul,
specify. Logan
in
Paul.
case somebody didn't watch.
Right, turning on I show speed, which didn't surprise anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm laughing because the right hand that Logan Paul hit him with, and he just goes down and just starts holding his cheek like that. It cracked me up. So
yeah.
that's why I'm laughing already. Just I show speed selling Logan Paul's right hand.
But he got his get back. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that was an impressive looking jump off the top
I show
onto the table
splash.
like that. That was yeah, that was one
Yeah.
that were like, oh God, that hurt both of them. That hurt.
Yeah.
Like, but okay, you knew that wasn't going to be just a crazy match, but I don't know. As far as like in ring action, there wasn't really a whole lot of it to me. Like, and then Jimmy botched the 1D at the end. That luckily the camera angle cut. Oh yeah, like Jay threw dude up and Jimmy went to hit, but their angles were off, and so I think Jimmy like grazed him with his finger. You know what I'm saying? But if
I
you go
mean,
back and watch it, you'll notice it now that I said something.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
But
the way Logan Paul landed, it looked like it about killed him. Anyway, it looked
yeah,
like he fell out of a plane anyway. So, you
with
know,
with the camera angle and how fast they moved the shot, a lot of people may not have noticed it, but I noticed. I was like, oh, that wasn't a very good 1D, but hey, whatever, man. It's the Usos. I ain't gonna critique them too hard.
I wonder if there'll still be I show speed prime after this.
Yeah,
I wonder if that's still a thing or that still will be a thing. I don't know. We'll see.
that's interesting. Good thought.
I'm just saying.
Um, but LA Knight and the Usos, they win that match. I honestly, I thought they would put the Vision over in it. I was a little surprised, but
Yeah, me too.
pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, yeah.
But then we moved into Fatu and McIntyre.
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
Good match. Good match. I expected a little more from an unsanctioned match. Like I expected it to go through the arena, and you know what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
I just expected a little more of that from it. To me, it was just a regular old no DQ. Like I just expect more. When you say unsanctioned, you're making it sound like, okay, this is going to be so bad that WWE just wants to wash their hands of it. We're not liable. And honestly, some of the stuff they did leading up to the match was bigger than what they did in the match.
Yeah, I mean, they
So,
really didn't do anything new or groundbreaking in the match. Although the infamous toolbox from the Hell in a Cell match
yeah,
against CM Punk showed back up for Drew McIntyre. I'm pretty sure that was the exact same
yeah,
toolbox in that Hell in a Cell match with Drew against CM Punk a couple of years ago. We got to talk about entrances, though. We can't not talk about WrestleMania and bring up
valid.
the entrances. Jacob Fatu's entrance was fire,
It was.
literally. That was there were some dope entrances this year
There
for
was.
sure.
There was.
Jacobs was one.
I
Um,
I like Jacobs. Especially just knowing his story.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying, and what he's come through to get that entrance at WrestleMania, coming out in the cop car, standing on top. He's got the vest and just I don't know, man, just full blown. I loved it.
It was
Um,
fire dancers,
yeah,
those like island guys with the they're not fire sticks. That's not what they're called. But I mean, like they're twirling them around and like putting them to their mouth and
yeah,
breathing the fire. And like they're fire dancers. I don't know what else to call them.
just
But
just a very cultural,
yeah,
to where he comes from. Like it was a WrestleMania entrance. Like
hmm
it was very much a WrestleMania worthy entrance. Um,
Drew
which is
McIntyre had Angela the Sword back for one night.
yeah,
Hadn't seen her in a couple years.
yeah.
Oh, Angela.
But the in ring work was good. You know, the match was good.
Hmm.
You know, but
There just wasn't anything new or different in it.
just nothing that made it to me unsanctioned worthy,
Hmm.
really. But I was disappointed because, man, I just really felt like we were going to get an answer as to who's the one that really jumped him. You know,
Yeah.
like because again, Drew's constantly said it wasn't him.
I mean, we still might.
Oh, he still might,
We
but
still
man,
might
I just
sometime, but I thought we'd get it
that was
WrestleMania
to
for
me
sure.
that was the time to close the book, you
Hmm.
know, on that. But we didn't get it. We didn't get it. But Fatu won,
Hmm.
you know.
Mighty Moonsault through a Slim Jim sponsored table, even though
Yeah,
it was an unsanctioned match. We've got
yeah,
sponsorships on the
yeah,
tables. Shout out to Slim Jim.
yeah, yeah,
Snapping into a table.
yeah.
Yep.
Add that on with the 20 minutes of ads we saw in between the two matches. It was great. um, Transition from ESPN into the actual PLE after that. But as far as like what everyone got to see for free, basically, or I guess you could call it free. I mean, they're paying for whatever service to have ESPN, but
Hmm.
fairly decent attention grabbing there. You know, I felt like, you know, you got the YouTube crowd watching the first match, then you know the fight fans, you know, getting to see Fatu and McIntyre. You know, to me, it was appealing. But then we move into the PLE, and you got the women's fatal four way tag match.
Hmm.
Um,
For the tag team title.
so I'd read this rumor,
Yeah, we heard. I saw the rumors too.
yep, and but Nikki kept insisting she was going to be there. But as soon as she walked out, when their music hit, she walked out with the crutch.
I
I
knew.
said,
I knew.
"All right, it's real. Paige is coming."
Because that was everywhere. You could
Yeah,
not see it. It was out there enough that it's like it's got to be true. So it was when Nikki came out on the walking boot and the crutch for the microphone. I'm like, yep,
yep. Here it comes.
fixing to be her house again, and
Yep.
it was. Oh,
And so welcome
Paige is
back,
back.
Paige. Welcome
Yep,
back, Paige. Man,
long
I
overdue.
hate the spoilers, man.
I know. I
Like
hate
I
them too.
hate them. Like
I know.
like when I was watching that, I was excited, even though I'd already kind of expected it. But I thought to myself in that moment, I was like, man, how cool would that have been to had no idea?
I know. I know. We miss that so much. We don't get that very much
No,
anymore.
no,
We
the
don't.
internet has ruined the element of
Who's
surprise.
leaking this?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, whoever's leaking it, quit.
yeah,
Fire them.
yeah. Like,
Put a muzzle on them. Something like fix their fingers where they can't type anything. Like
I
just
mean,
keep the secret.
what a moment that would have been had we had no idea.
Yeah, yeah.
But nonetheless, she's back. Looked great in the match.
Hmm.
And you knew when she was back what was going to happen. You knew they were going to win.
Well, I didn't know that for sure.
I felt like you bring her back,
It's
you
kind
bring
of
her back
hard,
to
kind of
win.
hard not to see it when that kind of a
Yeah,
moment happens. Here
yeah.
she is. Also, not to mention Paige. Paige had to retire
Hmm.
last time we saw her in WWE. My gosh, she was. This was the night after WrestleMania 34, and that was 2018. That was eight
Yeah,
years ago. And she's still like young. I
yeah.
mean, she's just
And you
back
can
then she definitely was, and had to retire from her neck got screwed up, and just had to. She was actually SmackDown general manager at one point in time.
yeah.
Uh,
And if you haven't seen
yeah,
the video, I think it was Sasha Banks that kicked her in the back. Was it Sasha that did it?
it happened on a live event. I
Yeah,
don't know if it was that or she got whipped into a turnbuckle and her neck just snapped
I
like
think
that
she
or
got
something like
kicked in the
that.
back.
Might
I
have
feel
been.
like it was. I think Sasha kicked her in the back. I know Sasha was involved in the match,
Have to give it a
go
Google.
watch it. Go watch it, man, because you can see like the way it happened. It, you know, it was very unfortunate. Like you said, she was young.
Hmm.
She was a huge star. Then, like you said, she had to transition into being the general manager for a little bit.
Yeah,
Then went and did her thing in AEW. But
yeah.
glad to have her back.
Yeah, I was there the Raw after WrestleMania 30 when she came out to congratulate AJ Lee in full wrestling gear. Oh, AJ, I just came to say congratulations. We'd never seen her on Raw. She was NXT Women's Champion, Paige, at the time. But all of a sudden, oh, AJ is going to put the Divas title on the line against AJ Lee. All of a sudden, this is a special post WrestleMania treat. One page turner later, and Paige is the new Divas
Yeah,
champion. I was there. It was like, whoa, okay, NXT's taking over. Okay,
yeah,
so that was at the time, and a couple years, Paige did her thing there, then got hurt and was out for a while and came back. And didn't take too long for her to get hurt again, and then she had to retire. Just very young, and that was 8 years ago. And so it's been a while since we've seen her, and she has been medically cleared, obviously, in recent years, and now she's back where she belongs, doing what she, belongs to do. Yeah, great and happy for Paige. Although I guess she's not going to make it to our Comic Con this year. She was scheduled to be at our Little Rock Comic Con in September. I don't guess that's going to happen now. But nonetheless,
I was wondering about that. I was wondering if that was
I,
still
I
going to
doubt that's
happen.
I doubt that's going to happen now.
Yeah,
She's fully committed to WWE now. So,
yeah,
but that's cool. Congratulations, Paige. I'm glad you're back.
yeah. Glad you're back. Congratulations on the tag team championship. Other than that, I mean, honestly, the match was okay. Not bad. It wasn't like, oh my god, what an epic match, but
I loved Nia and Lash's demolition tribute. Their gear, that
yeah,
white gear with the stuff, that was awesome. I just
yeah.
wish they had the face paint underneath the mask. That would have finished it for me. I'd have been like, oh my
And Alexa
gosh.
Bliss coming out in like
Yeah.
honestly,
Her and
man,
Charlotte had dope outfits, man.
like she looked like she was ready to join the Wyatt Six in that
Yeah.
outfit. Like,
Or lead them.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and I'm still holding out hope that there's a transition somewhere down the road with that. But like she had like the pale makeup and
Yeah.
the ash gray suit and all of it, man. That was that was a nice fit. Paying tribute to Bray, which she does all the time.
Mhm.
Which I love. I absolutely love that. But hopefully, we'll see some change there. Maybe bring a little more hype to the Wyatt Six because I want to see more of them. But we'll see what happens. SmackDown will be interesting this week
Mhm.
to see some fallout with some of that stuff. But excuse me. Then we had Becky Lynch and AJ Lee. Again, good match. To me, it wasn't anything spectacular. Becky won. Um, Becky did what Becky does. She
Mhm.
cheats. Finds a way. But that's what you expect from your heel.
Yeah. First of all, entrances. So Becky comes out first. The worst lip sync job I've ever seen from a band in all my life. This side of Ashley Simpson on SNL. The Wonder Years, that's a good song. Clearly, the vocals and the music, the matching of it, so off.
Mhm.
You can tell it was a lip sync. Oh my gosh, just man. Oh,
Yeah.
thought that was horrible. But um, then AJ coming out with a lot of little girls dressed like her, skipping like her. Some of them were her nieces, so that's cool. Um, I really thought Jessica Carr, the referee, um, was going to just have enough of Becky there for a moment, and we were going to have
I
a
did
Becky
too.
Jessica Carr feud there. Really, I really did.
Yeah.
Um, Nonetheless, Becky Lynch used that exposed steel turnbuckle, manhandle slam, new Intercontinental Champion, and who knows when we'll see AJ Lee again. We will, just don't know when or where.
So to kind of piggyback on what you said about Jessica Carr, I almost expected her to not count the fall. Like I
I would have,
expected her to do a 2 count and then stop
yeah,
and then just stand up and stare at Becky.
because she can go.
Yeah.
She can. She's trained to wrestle. I've seen her. She for those that don't know, and I'm gonna spoil something, but like at the beginning of WWE Evolve, like last year, there was a character called Calyx. It was her under a mask, but I saw her like I think she had like one appearance, but it was clearly Jessica Carr under a
Yeah.
mask. Um, so I mean, she's in shape.
Yeah.
She maintains her shape. So I would like to see Jessica Carr get in the ring against Becky Lynch sometime.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, I want to see what she's got. I think that'd be very, very
And
good.
they may still, go down that road with because I'm sure Becky's going to come out and say something about her, you know.
Well, she
But
has a bunch of times, at least on socials,
yeah,
tore up Carr. So, because she's been the ref every time that Becky has something go awry in a match.
yeah.
So,
But like you said, AJ, looks like she's probably planning on stepping away for a little bit just with her post match interview. She says it's not goodbye, but I don't know.
it's just see you later, see you
Yeah,
whenever.
yeah,
She's still around here, so we'll see.
yeah. Um, Seth Rollins and Gunther.
Man, was that a hot match or what? Right out the
There,
gate, they were just like, look, we're gonna keep our foot on the gas and keep it there, and they did.
that was the match that I was like, okay, finally, this feels like a WrestleMania.
Came out of nowhere.
Like, yeah.
And I tell you, Gunther comes out, regular entrance, no frills or thrills, just comes out, black coat, dark colored trunks, just as his regular aura. Seth freaking Rollins comes out, literally his eyes are blacked out,
Mm-hmm.
and his jacket looks like it's on fire from the inside, like it's smoking.
Yeah.
Very visually pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And then the match got underway right off the bat, and they just, like I said, they kept their foot on the gas and didn't let
Yeah.
off until Braun Breaker came down and speared the crap out of Seth Rollins and cost him the victory.
Which I don't like to pat myself on the back or anything, but I'm pretty sure I said that's what I felt like would happen, that Braun would show up and cost Seth.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was watching, I was like, oh, I predicted that. I said
Yep.
that would happen. I was a little proud of that moment. But
75 yards, boom, cut Seth in half with a spear.
yep, twice actually.
Twice,
Did it
yes.
twice, but yeah, like I said, we talked about, we kind of expected something like that to happen because it wouldn't make sense for Seth to go over Gunther because you kill all the momentum you had with Gunther,
Mm-hmm.
what you're building there. But then, does it make sense for Seth to lose clean? Like, no, like that don't make sense. So the only thing that did make
Mm-hmm.
sense was some sort of interference. Braun Breaker made sense. That was the original plan anyway, was for them, to be feuding. So what better way to get back on that road than to have him cost Seth? So, well done. Well done. Good storytelling there,
A fire match, too.
and a great match. Yeah. I mean, you can't ask for much more than that. Then we got Liv Morgan and Stephanie Vaquer.
Mm-hmm.
Liv Morgan came out to her new song.
Lip sync was off.
Lip sync was off.
I guess it wasn't the Wonder Years' fault. I guess maybe there was just a miscue or mistiming of something there. I don't
And it could have something to do with, like, how sometimes, like, when you're watching TV, the sound and, like, I
Yeah.
know a lot of times on Hulu, like, it takes it a minute for it to all catch up.
Yeah.
Maybe there was something with the mics or the monitors and the broadcasts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But I did notice it.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway,
It still came off fine, though. It wasn't like...
yeah.
I just noticed it with the Wonder Years performance, and I was just like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that is a horrible lip sync. Not even close. But anyways, yeah, I expected Liv to win the title. She did. And it was a good back and forth match. I mean, they both stole each other's finishers a time or two. Um, interference from the Judgment Day, no shock
That
there.
was coming.
But yeah, I mean, it was, they got all their stuff in. It was a good back and forth match. And just the second Oblivion and 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Liv wins the title.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't think anybody was surprised that Liv won. I think the writing was on the wall there. We all kind of expected that. We talked about it for a couple weeks.
Where the
We
momentum
expect
was.
her to, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I did like the response on Raw, and we'll get into that in a little bit. From Vakir, but then we got our main event. Man, a little bit of a head scratcher here. Like I'm I just don't even know, man. Like, to me, Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes with Pat McAfee.
So right away, Pat McAfee gets taken out. Right away.
Jelly Roll made an appearance.
But he started it, though. Pat McAfee started it.
Yeah.
He jumped Cody before the bell with the microphone.
Yeah.
Okay, that led to them going outside. Cody gets the upper hand on Pat McAfee, winds up on the announce table. All of a sudden, there's Jelly Roll. Put him on the table, Cody. I'm going to get him right here. So then Jelly Roll gets up on the other announce table, runs across, elbow drops Pat McAfee through the other announce table. That thing is concrete every other time anybody else goes through it. It doesn't break. It doesn't move. It's the new announce tables, right? They're pretty freaking sturdy if you haven't seen them. This thing splintered, just exploded.
Well, and they're made when they fall apart to go back together. And that's me and my nephew were actually talking about it. And we're like, no, you ain't putting that one back together.
No, that was...
You saw the wood splinter out and shred. Like, that was...
That was done for. But, yeah, Jelly Roll put Pat McAfee through the announce table. And then Pat got carted off on a stretcher, and Then the match finally got underway with Cody and Randy officially,
Can I
and
just interject something real quick
yes.
though with the stretcher thing?
Mhm.
I loved how McAfee held the thumbs up and everyone started booing and he turned it to the middle finger. Uh, but just the putting the thumbs up, because if you watch sports and when someone gets caught off, they'll throw a thumbs up just to let the crowd know, hey, I'm all right, I'm all right. Everyone hates McAfee in WWE right now, and so when
Yeah.
they're carting him off, he holds the thumbs up, and the crowd just boos the crap out of him, and so then he flips them all off as he's being carted out. But
Yeah.
but then we get into the match. We finally get like the real match, and the match itself is good.
Yes.
The match itself is good.
Hmm.
Ref gets taken out.
Yeah.
Here comes McAfee.
Who in the heck has the authority or had the authority and thought, hey, let's throw a ref shirt on Pat McAfee all of a sudden, neck brace and all. Here you go. Here, go, go. Who did that? Had to be a TKO higher
Had to
up.
be. Had to
Had
be.
to be.
Made no sense.
Had to be Ari Emanuel. We haven't seen him but once or twice, and that's been on like podcasts, Pat's show included. But I'm like, just completely unexplained. Who all of a sudden decided to make Pat a referee?
Yeah.
Came down there.
Can anybody just grab a referee shirt and run out to the ring?
Like,
So there was that aspect of it.
did he just have one in his bag? Because it wasn't the official WWE
Yeah.
ref shirts that they use now. It was
Yeah, it was the stripe.
black and white striped, like old school. Did he just do that all of a sudden by himself and just try to get by with it? Either way, he didn't. But I mean,
Well, but that's where it gets even more confusing. As he gets out to the ring, and he's pointing, he's telling Randy, I guess, to get him, finish him, whatever. And Randy RKO's him.
I'm thinking Pat didn't get down there fast enough. First of all, he got taken out as it was, but didn't get down there fast enough. But um, shows me there was a plan all along for something like that to happen. But
Yeah.
Pat just wasn't there for it to happen. And then when he did count, and he didn't get to 3. So I guess Orton just was fed up with his crap and RKO'd him right there.
It's just weird, man. It just felt so weird. And then Pat McAfee, I don't know if it was a tweet or what, but he released a statement, something about, well, I guess the business didn't need saving after all. It's in good hands with Cody. Like some stupid. And I'm like, all of that for this to be the climax, the culmination, like I was just like, God, this just gets dumber and like I felt like Cody and Randy didn't need all that.
They didn't.
There could have been somebody better for that phone call. Like I would have rather seen Randy having a conversation with his older self or something. You know what I'm saying? Like just something, man. Like
Spiky haired legend killer
just,
03 Randy Orton.
just anything, because that just didn't do it for me, man. Like
Mm.
the Mac, like I love Pat McAfee. I love him as an announcer. Like I love Pat McAfee as an
I
announcer.
like Pat in every role, frankly. It's just this just was not needed.
It just felt forced. It felt forced because first of all, just the Cody Randy it already had its own momentum because over the past few months, the closeness of them,
Mm-hmm.
Then you had, oh, now Randy's going back to, he's going to be the Viper for this, and Cody gave him permission
He
to,
did.
that story's writing itself, man. You didn't need to force a Pat McAfee and a Jelly Roll in that. Like
Mm.
it did not need it.
Well, Jelly was in there first.
Yeah.
Jelly was just trying to talk Randy, talk some sense into Randy. Come on, man.
But I'm just saying, man, like that match could have went down like it did without all that, and probably been even better, honestly. But Cody ends up winning, which I was surprised. I thought Randy was going to win,
I didn't know one way or the other, really.
and then Randy jacked up Cody's face with that punt. Man, did you see his eye?
If y'all didn't see Cody's left eye, as soon as he took that punt kick from Orton
And
at the end of the show, and it also showed like live footage on the post show, him getting doctored his left eye. Dude, it looked like his left eye got replaced with a golf ball. It was completely swollen shut. It
instantly
looked nasty. Ooh.
blood, man. It was
Randy got all that punt kick.
He did,
and then some.
And honestly, I felt like he got it more solid than he was supposed to. Because did you see the look on? But I'm saying, did you see the look on his face when he turned around? Randy's
like this
when he got in the corner, he looked and it was almost like, oh
well,
dang, dude, I think
he's gonna look like that anyway. Because
I may have killed him.
Slightly psycho, but
yeah.
like.
But I think he was like, did I just kill my friend? Like what the heck just happened?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
But that's how not one ended, man. Like, and it, like I said, it was just kind of confusing. Like I wasn't sure how I'm supposed to feel about
So
all of
it
that. Like,
appears Cody and Randy's going to continue.
yeah.
It can't just you can't get putted in the head like that and just be like, okay, moving on.
Well, we say
No,
that,
no.
but then when we recap Monday night, there's another little wrinkle in there that did. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about
Doesn't
it.
mean one can't
No,
happen versus the other. They
no,
can
no.
both
But
be
I'm just
happening.
saying,
Yeah.
like, it seems like there's a direction brewing.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll get to that in a minute. Let's jump into night two on ESPN again. We kick off with Femi and Lesnar. Now, like I said earlier, I was disappointed in the length of that match. I'd like to have seen a little more fight in it. But you know, Oba won. We
Mm-hmm.
said that makes
Yes.
sense.
Yeah. Yep.
But man, what? First of all, first thing I noticed is after the match, Lesnar sits up
Mm-hmm.
and he looks up and it's like, I don't know if he was praying or what he was saying, but I started to say something about it when we were watching it, and all of a sudden I saw him start undoing the gloves, and I was like,
I was like,
and I
oh,
just yelled out, "Oh my God, he's about to
I
retire!"
was not expecting that whatsoever. I was not expecting Brock Lesnar just to be like, well, that's it, and just takes his gloves and his boots off, leaves them in the ring, and he's waving to the fans, and he's fiving fans on his way to the back,
And
smiling.
emotional, like clearly emotional, like there's
Yeah.
some emotion there.
Paul Heyman's in tears.
My question is just based on some of the reaction, was it planned?
I don't
Or
know.
did he? Because he did the X thing too, and
Yeah.
I was like, wait, that's usually most of y'all know you'll see the ref or someone
That's a
they'll
call
throw
for
the X
injury.
when it's a legitimate
Yeah.
injury. Well, he didn't look hurt, but was he throwing that up to say this is legit, like this is real, like what? I don't know, man. I don't know. Can we get this in Unreal? Like,
Oh, I hope so.
can we get this in the next season?
It'd be like
Because
a year from now, but yeah, I
yeah,
hope so. Yeah.
but yeah, I was just like, and like Heyman's reaction. Heyman looked shocked. Now Heyman's a great actor.
Hey,
Don't get me wrong, but he looked shocked.
yeah.
Like it looked, and his emotion and his reaction looked very genuine. Like he looked surprised, and so that was why I was sitting there like, dude, did anybody else know this was going to happen? Like,
Yeah.
and you saw that side of Brock Lesnar that most people don't get to see.
Human.
Now,
Human.
when it was happening,
Not beast,
my
human.
sister was
Yeah.
like, "Well, good, I hate him," and I was like, "Well, here's the thing about Brock Lesnar: you hate the character, but if you read and see interviews and talk to, you see where the guys talk about him backstage. He's actually a great guy,
Yeah.
And the more I learned about Brock Lesnar behind the curtain, the more admiration and respect I've had for him as the Beast,
Yep.
and I've learned not because he always just gave me the impression if I'm only going to come back if I can win a championship, I'm going to do my match and then I'm leaving the arena,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But
He's there for him and nobody else. He
yeah,
doesn't care about the business. He's just there because it pays him well, and that's it.
but when you hear interviews of other guys talking about him, it's actually the exact opposite.
Yeah.
It wasn't his idea to break the streak. He was actually not a big fan of breaking the streak. Like,
It wasn't gonna be broken until till the show started that night,
yeah,
pretty much. And I was there.
the night I think it was after the Roman Reigns match where he throws the belt at Vince. Like that was real.
Uh-huh.
That was real emotion. Like he was pissed. Like so. Come to find out, actually, Lesnar cares about the business.
Yeah.
He cares about putting guys over. We've talked about it a couple times where he's directing younger guys what to do when they're like when he was telling Oba, put your foot on me, put your
Mm-hmm.
foot on my chest. When
Yep.
he
Yep.
told McIntyre, lift up the belt, like, and you can see him like tapping them and they look down and he directs them and they do it like that got a lot of respect from me, like to see a guy of his caliber willing to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, I was like, dang man, I don't know if I'm ready for him to retire now. Like,
I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. I was
yeah,
like, oh my gosh, because I thought, well, the favor that Gunther wants from Paul Heyman, we've talked about this here on the show. I thought he wants to retire Brock Lesnar, he being Gunther. It's not going to happen now because Brock retired on his own after losing to Femi at WrestleMania.
the the only thing leaves a question mark in my mind is just that everything you see says Lesnar seems to retire. So I don't know if they're just saying that to leave that window open. I don't know because you've not seen anything that says official. Everything is like Lesnar seems to retire at WrestleMania.
Well, last night on Raw, they had the video package for Brock Lesnar, and
Hmm.
it showed all of his highlights.
Yeah.
Pretty much ran through all of his career, including No Mercy 2002, which is in Little Rock. I was there. The Hell in a Cell match against The Undertaker. If you haven't watched it, it's very under the radar, very underrated, very bloody. You should watch it. Um, yeah, set to that the Godsmack song, "I Stand Alone." They showed that on Raw last night. There are "Thank You Brock Lesnar" shirts on WWE Shop as of yesterday.
Mhm.
So, and last night, I think Cole was like, Brock Lesnar has called it a career.
Yeah.
So it's like they pretty much are just like, and Paul Heyman, after CM Punk had come out and put over, we're going to talk about Raw here. We're going to get to it, but
Yeah.
I mean, Punk talked about the production crew, everybody involved in production, all the crew, the truck drivers, everybody that helps put this juggernaut of an entertainment conglomerate on. Put them over hardcore, and they all got a standing ovation in the arena, rightfully so. We should all do that a lot more often.
Yeah.
Um, Paul Heyman comes out, and after Punk had put the production crew over, Paul Heyman, gets on to him. It's just like for the production crew that CM Punk just come out here and kissed all their hind ends. They've still got Brock Lesnar in the Then and Now Forever Together opening of the show. They've got him in the now, move him into the forever because he's gone.
Yeah.
And that's that. So yeah, I was not ready for Brock to retire, and yeah, uh, caught off guard by it for sure because I
I feel like
thought,
we could do a whole show just on kind of a retrospective of Brock Lesnar's career, the highs and the lows, and I mean we could talk about it for a long time, man.
listen,
Like,
it's I don't think it's any stretch to say that Paul Heyman wouldn't be back here,
yeah,
since 2012 and onward if it wasn't for Brock Lesnar coming
yeah,
back. Because Heyman was gone and done from the business altogether.
hmm,
He had left after WWE ECW had come, and they had that disaster of a pay-per-view December to Dismember. That was Heyman's exit. And I remember Heyman cutting an interview, tears in his eyes, and that was all we saw of Paul Heyman for the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, something like that. So yeah, if it wasn't for Brock Lesnar, we wouldn't have Paul Heyman back here. We wouldn't have everything Heyman's done since. Wouldn't have had him as the wise man, as the Oracle. Probably wouldn't be in the Hall of Fame, even though he has always deserved to be in the Hall of Fame
yeah,
for ECW alone. Um, just all the body of work that Heyman has given us the last 11, 12, 13, 14 years now that
yeah,
he's been back. So yeah, so Heyman was very emotional, and I don't think that was forced, even though Heyman is a very good actor and can cry on command. I've seen it. I don't think that's the case
mm-mm.
Sunday night when Brock was walking up the ramp. Yeah, very caught off guard with Brock Lesnar retiring, but nonetheless, my gosh, what a guy, what a career!
Yep, yep,
Only one man's going to beat the Undertaker streak at WrestleMania. You can see, as much as I would say, and as much as everybody else would say, that should have never happened. Because I always thought Undertaker would just retire undefeated at WrestleMania. He deserved to. I thought that was that, right? And again, I say it every show, like I was there. Um, it was shock doesn't begin to even cover cover that. Um, but you can see title changes, you can see debuts, you can see returns, you can see fire matches. You're only going to see a streak like that, like an event of that magnitude happen one time.
yep,
And Brock Lesnar did that, and I was there for that. And I still cannot believe, like, I was there for that.
yeah,
Saw that live. My gosh. So I always think back to that when I think of Brock Lesnar. I think back to that, and I just think back to him squashing Cena at SummerSlam. We can go on and on
yeah,
about Brock Lesnar and
yeah.
memories of
We could,
matches. I mean, we may sometime.
yeah, yeah. I mean, there's definitely a day that we might have to do like a special.
Hmm.
We might have to record it over multiple sessions, and put something together. Something like that wouldn't be a bad idea because he's one that I mean is definitely worthy of one.
I saw him in a dark match live, February of '02, SmackDown in Little Rock. That a six-man tag that Brock Lesnar was in. And then later that same year, in October, he main evented No Mercy inside Hell in a Cell against The Undertaker. So I remember very well, very vividly seeing Brock Lesnar in that dark match.
Yeah,
You can't mistake that back tattoo. Just
No, no,
when
no.
he showed up on Raw the night after 18, I knew exactly who that
Yeah.
was. I was like, that's Brock Lesnar. So,
So there's something that none of the spoilers got a hold of. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
No one. I think everybody was genuinely shocked with that. And man, if it really is the end, what a career, man.
mhm,
But moving on, because we got a lot to talk about.
mhm.
Um, it went from that to the 6-man ladder match for the IC title. Good match, it's a good ladder. There were some spots in there that I was like, oh my god, they're gonna feel that one. They're gonna feel that. JD McDonough
Man,
and Rusev, man, was it Rusev that got the Mexican Destroyer onto the ladder?
no, that was JD McDonough.
Was it McDonough that got
Yeah,
that?
off
What?
the ladder onto like a bridging ladder in
Yes,
the
yes,
corner of
yes. That was him that
doing
got
that
that one.
to JD. Yeah,
Rusev, he did
Rusev caught
something
the
outside of the ring on
Rusev
him.
caught the OG cutter from Javon Evans off the top rope, off Rusev off the
But he
ladder.
also before that something happened outside of the ring on a ladder because he
Oh,
he
so
almost hit his head on.
he caught Ray and hit his senton. They both went through the ladder to the
Yeah,
floor.
that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there were some spots that I was like, God, dude, I don't care how you fall. I don't care how you land. That one hurts, man.
hmm
That
hmm
hurts. But a lot of respect for all the guys that were in it, man. It was entertaining. I mean, ladder matches, they're always entertaining, man. We did get the OG cut. We didn't get it off of a ladder, but we got it off the
No,
top rope. Rusev was on the ladder. For a second, man, I thought they were going to give it to Javon. I really did. I thought, man, he's going to get his moment. He's going to get it right here. Um, but Penta retained.
Penta did retain.
Can't be mad about that. I mean,
No,
he's a good champ. You know what I'm saying? He's an active champion, which I love to see.
yeah.
He's always not just on the show, but he's always wrestling. Even if he's not defending his title, he's wrestling.
hmm
He's present in the product, and that's a big plus, man. You have to respect that. Um, then Trick Williams and the Gingerbread Man. Like, now I'm not gonna lie. From a match standpoint, it wasn't the best in my opinion, and maybe it's just me, but I expected a little more dominance out of Trick. To me, it felt like he got beat up most of the match and then just kind of won in the end. I'd like to have seen a little more dominance from him.
Sammy kind of worked heel a little bit to me in the match.
Yeah,
He kind of came off as the heel,
yeah,
and typically in matches, the heel gets a lot of, they'll get a lot of the offense in, get a lot of the
mhm,
heat, as they say, and then they'll have a babyface comeback, and that's
yeah,
kind of the way it was.
yeah.
Um,
It just felt like Trick only hit a couple moves and then won. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like I get what you're saying with the comeback, but usually it's a little more dramatic, and it just I don't know. He hit a couple moves and won, but man, I'm so happy to see Trick Williams with the United States Championship.
hmm
Like I think, and don't get me wrong, there's been a lot of guys do a lot of things for that championship.
hmm
Carmelo Hayes, I feel like, did a lot for that
He
championship.
did. Him and Ilya Dragunov did for sure.
Yeah, but I think what Trick's about to do to that championship is going to take that thing to Cena level heights when Cena was U.S. champ.
Well, Cena introduced the open challenges every week.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see Trick doing that.
It,
I could be wrong.
maybe not in that regard, but I just mean from the standpoint of drawing attention to that title and making it
Yeah.
relevant. Like I've seen videos on his Instagram that he's wearing the thing out everywhere he goes.
Well, I would too.
Well,
I
yeah,
mean,
but I'm just saying, like, they don't all do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's walking around with shorts and no shirt, wearing the United States Championship,
yeah.
just out living his life, man. I think he's gonna bring attention to it because he's somebody that draws attention anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So just putting that belt on him, getting that mic in his hand, whether he's defending it every week in an open challenge or not, which I don't care if he does or doesn't. Like, it's cool to see belts defended. I'd rather see that than see it never defended, but
hmm
I don't have to see it defended every single week. I want to see the champion active.
I see that. I get that. I can see where there's some main events on
Right.
SmackDown
Yeah, absolutely.
with Trick as U.S. champion.
Absolutely.
I
He's a
think
main
that's
he's a main event guy with a mid
yeah.
card title. Put him on some main events with it. Or, well, I say mid card title. You know what I'm saying?
I like
But
to think of it as 3/4, not mid.
yeah,
That's
okay.
just me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
But
that's just me.
but again, it depends on who's holding it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
like there's sometimes like if you look at the women's U.S. title and intercontinental title for the most part, it feels mid card because there's just no hype. It feels like Trick Williams is going to bring the hype to the U.S. title. He's going to make it prestigious, and I'm here for it.
Hmm.
And I hope that he elevates it. I hope it becomes a big deal again. Um, and I look forward to see what happens with Sami Zayn here. Do we get the full blown heel turn?
I think so on SmackDown, the SmackDown before WrestleMania, and you saw oh man, the gingerbread man, the guy in the gingerbread outfit. Oh my God,
That was
classic,
great.
classic.
That was great.
And Trick said something effective. There ain't a water bottle safe in the back where you don't you crash out
Yeah.
every week. Hide the water bottles because we're
Yep.
gonna get it. I
Yep.
mean, I feel like Sami Zayn's gonna go off the edge of the cliff.
Yep.
That's just what I think. That's the direction we're headed, I think. Have you seen the Sami Zayn gingerbread man shirt on WWE
Yes.
Shop? It's sweet. No,
Love
no
it.
pun intended, because it's gingerbread.
Love it.
Sweet
Love
gingerbread.
it. I
Get it?
might have to get
Um,
one.
yeah,
Like it.
I like it. I like it. Speaking of WWE Shop, can we get some lemon pepper steppers?
Oh man, yeah, for real.
You want to make some money and sell some replica items, but you can also like wear them like actual. Well, I think we can make some lemon pepper steppers, some
I
Trick Williams lemon pepper steppers,
I mean, man, market that stuff, man. Like it's
and the coat, the white coat too.
that was the one that I was because now they put his logo on it. Like, man, sell the coat, sell the coat. Like you could price that whatever. People's gonna buy it.
Listen, I'm a TKO shareholder, as I said before. We need to bring these freaking ticket prices down, but we need to sell Trick Williams lemon pepper steppers and the white fur coat.
I want a replica
WWE
chain.
Shop fanatics.
Replica chain, man.
That
He's
too.
he's got
That too.
he's got a sweet logo, man. Like
Yeah.
his logo is awesome. He wears it on a chain. Him and Seth Rollins both sell the replica chain, man. Like sell that. Like
And
people will buy that.
we've had tons of stuff like that before. Had Hardy's pendants, John Cena's
Yeah,
spinner gimmick years ago. Gosh, we have the Ula Fala now. Finally, after 6 freaking years,
finally, it'll
took,
be here in
took
July, but
forever.
you know,
We got the Obafemi beads on there.
yeah, like
So I mean, we've had all kinds of necklaces and chains and
yeah, sell the
around the
replica
neck
chain.
accessories. No reason why we can't sell that. So
Absolutely. Um, Moving on, we had Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill. Like you said earlier, probably Jade's best match. And I said I'm gonna give some flowers. I was impressed with. That's the first match that I've watched Jade Cargill and thought, dang, she's putting on a good show tonight.
yep,
She's putting on a good show tonight. And it wasn't. It's not one of those cases where Rhea carried her.
no,
You know what I'm saying? It's not a case of, oh, it was a good match because this person carried that person in the match. Jade, I still stand by everything else I've ever said about you, but I will give you your props for that match. You brought it, and it was an entertaining match.
we
Enjoyed it.
brought you flowers, Jade.
Absolutely.
1-800-Flowers for Jade Cargill.
But I'm glad you lost. I'm glad you lost.
Well, and Rhea Ripley's not going to lose at WrestleMania unless it's in a triple threat like last year.
Yeah.
Um, it was very back and forth, like about as
Yeah.
back and forth as you can get. So it was very good and very solid in that regard. Um,
There were times I thought Jade might actually retain.
yeah. When Michin and B-Fab hit out there,
Mhm.
I was like, oh, but then EO Sky came out
Yeah.
and evened it up.
Yeah.
I was like, Rhea's got this. And she did.
Yeah.
When Jade countered the first Riptide, I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
And then here's the Jaded. Nope. Rhea kicks out of that. Back to the Riptide. 1, 2, and 3. Rhea Ripley. Being Rhea Ripley. Doing Rhea Ripley things at WrestleMania.
Yep.
Walking away the new WWE champion.
And well deserved.
Yep.
Well deserved.
Yep.
Then we got Dom Mysterio against the Demon, which the Demon's entrance always great. You know,
I thought Dom's entrance was awesome.
I agree with
That
that.
throne, the king of the luchadors,
I agree
all
with
those
that.
luchadors.
Yep.
That throne's going to be on display at WWE World next year, I bet, in the coming years. It
Yeah.
has to be. It was that good.
All the guys in the mask.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which Dom's had some good entrances. Like Dom, when he pulled up in the shackles and
39 against his dad, Ray,
yeah, like
out of the police wagon, in the shackles, and the police escort all the way to the ring. Oh my gosh! What an entrance!
don't change what you're doing with Dominic Mysterio,
No.
man. Just keep it up. Win, lose, whatever, it don't matter. Just keep doing what you're doing with him. And his in-ring work is just getting better and better.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's getting like I remember when he first started in wrestling when he was with his dad. You know, the clean cut, but he had what looked like the back alley tattoo over here. You know, but man, it just you're like, oh god, I just don't know if this kid's gonna make
That's
it.
exactly what I was going to say, and exactly what I was thinking. I don't know if he's going to make it in another couple of years
Yeah,
at this rate, at this pace.
but
Um,
but tip the cap to him, man. He put in the work, and he has become an outstanding in ring worker.
he took Ray's head off
Yeah,
at Clash of the Castle, and the rest is history.
that that heel turn was one of the best moves WWE creative has done.
Yep.
And I mean, it took his career. I don't know. Without that, I don't know that he's here right now. I don't know if he's in WWE
Yeah.
because nobody liked him. Like nobody liked him. So what do you do with somebody nobody likes?
Oh,
Make them hate him.
he completely flipped the script and just dove right in and went with it.
Yeah,
Gosh, went to prison, became a hardened criminal.
with
You
his couple
know,
hours in jail.
man, he came out with the
Yeah,
teardrop tattoo on his eye. I remember him and Rhea showing up to Thanksgiving at
yeah,
Ray's house,
yeah,
and just breaking in, pretty much breaking and entering on him right then. And the having to call the cops on him
yeah,
right then, and you know, mommy, I won't make it in jail. Like, oh my gosh, like I look back on that, and it's like that helped get
yeah.
him over. And they
Absolutely.
did it again at Christmas.
Yep.
Except Ray's grandparents were there this time, or Ray's parents were there this time, and Dom's grandparents. That was all classic stuff that they just kind of shot, with a phone, looked like. Um, but oh my gosh. And then him growing the mustache and the hair out, and
Yeah.
he's just so reminiscent of like, 97 WCW Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
Just a, just a low down dirty SOB.
Yeah.
And he's so good at it. And we love
Absolutely.
him for it. We
Absolutely.
love to hate him, but we love him for it.
Like I find myself a lot of times in these matches pulling for him. Like I
Yeah.
wanted Dom to upset the demon, you know what I'm saying? But it didn't happen.
No one would have complained.
No, no, no.
Yeah.
But the demon won. Which we all kind of figured it would. But then after that match, I got to talk about this segment. John Cena comes out, announces attendance, which we missed the night before, by the way, where he came out and announced attendance, and Bianca Belair comes out. Bianca Belair comes out
Mm-hmm.
and announces she's
We
pregnant.
got to add one more to the count, and
Yep.
reveals her
So
baby bump.
congratulations, Bianca.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
but night two, Cena's out there, and Miz and Kit Wilson come out. They're doing their talking or whatever. Whatever. And then my boy, you are cursed, Danhausen, comes out of this car with all these little
The Dunhouse
mini housings, man. So, oh my God, like I've watched that segment multiple times since then, and it's never not funny. Like,
Oh, it's great.
but
It's
and seeing Cena's reaction to Danhausen,
oh
man, like you could tell they were loving it. They were absolutely loving it. Come to find out, it was Miz's idea to have the little ones carry him out like that.
okay.
I read a report where an interview with one of the little guys that,
Oh yeah.
and he said that he came back there before they went out, and he was like, y'all think y'all could carry me? And so they tried it, and they did. So they ran to production and said, hey, we're going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And so another one of those guys, The Miz. Hats off to him, man, for always just looking to put people over and make the show better, make the product better.
Miz is
Like,
one of the greatest of all time. I said it. I've said it for
absolutely,
years and
I'll
years and
stand on
years.
that.
Miz is awesome. No pun intended, not just because he says it, but he is freaking
Yeah,
awesome. He really is.
yeah.
In many, many, many ways.
You
He
look
is
at
very underappreciated.
the time and effort he puts in, and always going under, always going like
Mhm.
always being the fall guy. Like in this case, taking the fall to a Danhausen. You know what I'm saying? Like letting the little mini Hausens carry him out like he's dead. You know what I'm saying? But Danhausen, freaking hilarious, man.
And then the Danhausen, he's supposed to exit out the little poof.
and then
His pyro gets me every time.
he looks around. He looks around.
And
He's
he's
like,
still
oh.
there.
And then he jumps out of the ring and crawls under it. Like, like it's fantastic, man. Like,
Oh,
and then I saw a video shot where I
oh,
think it's Cena and his wife are on the back of one of those carts, and Danhausen's like running behind them, like,
yep.
and they're just laughing at him, man. Like, he's great, man. I love me some Danhausen. Hey, I don't think he was actually on Raw last night, but I did see a segment that was shot that was done during the commercial,
Mm-hmm.
and he's out there and he's like, Cena passed the torch to Danhausen, and
Yeah,
he's talking about how he was something about walk the red carpet, so I'm a Hall of Famer now. Like just dude,
I know it.
I'm telling you, if you do not follow him on social media, go follow him because he posts constantly. I bet he posts 10, 15 stories a day. Some of it is, stuff that fans have tagged him in and he shares that, which is awesome. But then just some of the stuff he posts with himself, like just him talking, so it's hilarious. There was interviews where he was predicting matches, and of course he calls CM Punk Pepsi Phil, you
Ah,
know,
Pepsi Phil.
yeah. But
Mm.
Danhausen is awesome. Can't get enough of Danhausen. I will buy up his merch like crazy because I am a huge fan. But
Mm-hmm.
okay, so we had Danhausen and Cena. Then we got the match of matches,
Mm-hmm.
the dream match, the marquee, the headline, the it. Like this is WrestleMania.
Yep.
CM Punk and Roman Reigns. Talk about entrances.
Yes.
Both of
Yes.
them epic.
Uh-huh. Roman with his old, well, first he had the choir. No,
Mm,
not a choir, but just like
the lady
the three piece.
kind of singing the opera style.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Had the pianist, had the drummer, and then
yeah,
had the lady singing opera
yeah,
style. But Roman, his previous music
yeah.
was like, oh, I didn't know if that was a mistake or not, or if it was just there it was Roman's old music, but that's cool. Bam, bam, bam. So now that was cool. CM Punk. Speaking of old music, though, and CM Punk sitting crisscross applesauce on top of the stadium. The way
Mhm.
they shot that was like phenomenal. And his old music. If you're not familiar, the song Miseria Cantera by AFI, he used that in the Independence and the Ring of Honor before he came to WWE 20 plus years ago. So for them to have that and get that was very awesome. I was hoping he would come out with the ball shorts after that. He didn't. He came out with a jacket that had all kinds of tributes on it.
Mhm.
Tributes of, Curran Silfies and Davy Coates and Jimmy Shank, who were, I mean, Curran Silfies was a director for years and years and years, going back to the 80s in WWE, and he passed away, just a couple months ago. Jim Shank was a cameraman that worked there a long time.
Mhm.
Davy Coates worked overseas with them, mainly in the UK when they came over there. Um, so it was Punk, and on the back, the crown, that was King Harley Race's crown. So Punk's whole gear was a tribute to many people that deserved it.
Yeah.
Um, and then Punk coming out. When he came out on the stage, there was no
No
music. It was
music.
silence. He was just stood there, and his music didn't hit until he said it's clobbering time. And
Mhm.
then Cult of Personality hit, and out he comes.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then the match we expected would be an all-out war, back and forth.
It
Could go
did
one
not
way or
disappoint.
another, and it delivered on every
Yeah.
level. Wasn't short.
No.
It was
34 minutes.
very worthy of a WrestleMania main event. When you think WrestleMania main event, it embodied that for sure.
I put it up there as one of the best WrestleMania matches of all time.
And I knew it would be too. We knew
Yeah.
it would be too. To me, it felt this is the Rock Austin of this era. It
Yeah.
felt like to me. Um, yeah, a bloody war
Yeah.
and
It,
no interference. I was shocked about that,
I think that's probably what made me the happiest. But I loved how it basically was, man, last one standing. Like
and it
who
literally
who
was.
can last? And Punk collapsed,
Punk
couldn't
just
do
ran out of gas.
couldn't hit another GTS, and Roman finished him off. But I loved that there was zero interference.
Yeah.
But Roman said he was going to do it on his own, and all of this leads us into Monday night, which
Mhm.
again we've talked before about how WrestleMania isn't the end of the story.
Did you see the post show Sunday night though?
Yes,
Oh, they had Obafemi on the post show. I got to bring this
yes,
up. Obafemi so comes off of retiring Brock Lesnar, it seems. Obafemi says the OTC can get some, and
yeah,
that's that.
yeah, yeah. You
Oh
don't
my
want, you don't
gosh!
want. Mm-mm.
And then Roman Reigns, and they're chanting Oba at Roman Reigns when he's
Yeah,
on there on the panel.
he's like, yeah, bipolar crowd here tonight.
Yeah,
Like I love that.
and that's gotta be brought. That's gotta be brought up because I'm like, well,
Yeah,
there's WrestleMania next year.
yeah.
That's me. That's what I'm. That's where I'm aiming at. But
I mean,
you know,
and very, very well could be.
it'd be
Um,
Riyadh. That's the only.
but
Not that.
I liked Roman's response. Is like, look, man, you're new in this business. Let's see how you make it through the summer.
Yeah.
Let's see how you make it through the summer. Um, but okay, so we transition into Monday night. Um, and I don't want to skip around too much, but I know we probably don't have time to go over everything that happened on Monday night. But I do want to get into a couple of segments that I don't want to miss. Number one, the Cody Rhodes CM Punk segment.
Yeah.
So, and when Cody Rhodes came out, the way the interaction started going, you're like, man, something might be cooking here. Something might be cooking here. And I can't remember the words that Punk said at the end, but he's looking down at the title, and I can't remember
You never
exactly what
know.
he's.
I'm going to stay ready because you never
That's
know
it.
when a championship opportunity might fall out of the sky.
That's it. And then he gets out of the ring, and he's like, and Rhodes is like, "Hey, Punk, if you want some, what he say? It's
He said, say when.
say when." That's what it was. Yeah,
Say when.
say when. That's what it was. And I was like, "Yep, okay, so we're cooking. So we've got something cooking here." So we were talking earlier about the stuff's not done with Randy, and I don't think it is.
No, I can't be. Can't
But
be.
there's going to be some intertwining there.
Hmm.
So I'm that much more excited now about SmackDown to see where this is headed. Um, Oba came out at one point. He said
The
like two
beginning of the show.
words.
The beginning of the show. All
Yeah,
he did was come out. He was suited up. He
yeah.
came out, and he let the crowd give him his flowers, chanting "Oba" at him, and
What did he say? Like the ruler is
he
here
said,
or
"The
something.
ruler is here."
Yeah.
Drop mic
Drop the
drop, and
mic.
that was
That was
it.
it.
That's
That
all
was
he
it.
needed to do.
Like he just, yeah,
A la Roman Reigns back in 2017 after WrestleMania when he beat the Undertaker.
yep. And he said, "This is
All
my
Roman
yard."
said was, "This is my yard now."
Yep.
To a reign of boos.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be the top babyface in the company.
Yeah.
Um, very very reminiscent of that. Although I mean, Oba's over like Oba. I think is should be the new saying. Um, universally liked, loved. Yeah,
Yeah.
the ruler is here. Boom.
Yeah.
That was it. That's
Yeah.
all I needed to do.
Um, couple NXT call ups.
Yes.
So Ethan Page,
Glad to see it.
Ethan Page. Didn't like him beating Javon Evans, but there was interference with Rusev, so obviously we're going to have a little feud here. Um, and then Sol Ruka. I loved her coming out, and her and Liv. That match was great.
Hmm.
And dang it, I just remembered I forgot to record NXT tonight because her and Zarya have a match.
Last woman standing.
Yeah, gosh, man,
NXT Revenge week
dang it,
2.
I forgot.
There's a thing called the CW app, though, sir.
Yep,
It'll be on there
I
tomorrow.
will be downloading that and watching that while I'm at work.
It'll be on there tomorrow.
But
Hmm.
Sol Ruka, man, she comes out, she's holding her own against Liv, and then Zarya comes out and interferes. But Sol Ruka is the next big thing.
Yep.
She's the next big thing. Like just get ready. If you're a collector, like I collect cards, I've been buying up Sol Ruka for 6 months now because I've been saying it. Sol Ruka is the next big thing. She will be a women's champion sooner than later. Um, don't be surprised if you see her in the mid card hunt pretty quick. We talked about bringing relevance to these mid card titles, and that U.S. title in the women's division to me just seems like it's been a struggle. Put it on someone like Sol Ruka
Hmm.
and watch it become something.
I
That's
can very easily see that happening.
that's my suggestion.
Hmm.
Now it's on SmackDown and she's on Raw, so
Well, I
do it
mean,
do with that what you will, but you can make that work. But put a belt like that on a Sol Ruka, and you will find relevance in that belt again. You will finally, like, you're trying to establish prestige with that thing. That's where it needs to go right there. That's what
I
I'm
would
hoping.
agree.
Put it on her. Um, but so excited to see what the future holds there. Um, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, Street Profits are back.
The Street
Street
Profits
Profits are
finally
back.
have reappeared after
Yeah,
forever, it seems.
man. Like God, like I thought, did they quit? Did they fall off? What
I didn't know what
happened?
happened to them, but anyways, other than Montez making a baby, obviously, but
Yeah,
you don't need time off for that.
yeah,
Um, so they're back, thank goodness. Coming back, they should match up pretty well with the Vision, I think, with
yes,
Theory and Logan Paul. Logan Paul and his Farrah Fawcett looking hair.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. I'm not digging the long hair on him.
like I dig Angelo Dawkins. Gosh almighty. Dawkins was in NXT for like a decade, I feel like. Dawkins was in NXT. He was in FCW. Then it became NXT, but Dawkins was down there for a long time, a
Yeah,
number of years. And Montez Ford came into the picture. They became a tag team, and they were there. They were NXT tag team champions. The rest is history. They got called up. Angelo Dawkins' game the last couple of years has just grown exponentially. He's very, very, very good in the ring, and he's very fun,
Underrated.
very, very fun to watch. And it wasn't always like that. It was always like, well, Montez Ford is the Shawn Michaels, Dawkins is the Jannetty.
Yeah.
And it's not the case anymore. They're equals now, in my opinion.
See, and I'm glad you say that because I've always been bothered because the past few years you've been seeing people say, "Oh, Montez, they need to separate him, make him a singles. He's a star. He's a
Yeah,
star." And I'm like, man,
I've said that.
Dawkins will be the odd man out, but he's so underrated and overlooked. And maybe it's just because Montez's star is just that bright because he's phenomenal. Let's be honest. His athleticism,
Hmm.
his mic work, like he's got all the intangibles. You know what I'm saying? Like he's got
Hmm.
all the pieces. He is a star.
Loads of charisma.
But man, Angelo Dawkins is too, man.
Yeah,
Like he's
yeah,
got it. He's just more mellow with his, like, which is why I think they make a perfect team.
yeah.
You know, like they're salt and pepper. You know what I'm saying? Like they peanut butter and jelly. Like they mesh well together. You got the more charismatic and wound up and loud Montez Ford. You got the confident but chill Angelo Dawkins. Like, man, they pair so well together. I hope WWE doesn't entertain the splitting of them. Um, I'd like to see them back in a tag team title picture, whether it be Raw or SmackDown. I don't care. Um, but just glad to see them back.
Yeah.
I didn't like the heel turn with them. Like I want to
No,
see
that wasn't
the
good.
yeah, I want to see them back to let's bring out the cups and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Well, I was one that said, the last couple of years that they should split up. They should. Montez Ford is clearly a star, um, but Ford competed in the Elimination Chamber one year, a couple years ago by himself. It's kind of like he's done a thing or two here and there on his own.
mhm,
He hadn't just broken through the glass ceiling though, for some reason, for whatever reason.
yeah,
So, and then Dawkins has improved a great deal
yeah,
to where like that's the conversation of him being Genetti is very much a thing of the past.
yeah.
And I know I wanted to see Ford become a star on his own, but I also didn't want to see Dawkins be left out in the cold like
Right,
that either. That's not going to be the case.
right,
They're both good. And they're both stars. Now I don't want to see them broke up because now they're good together.
right,
I want to see them stay together. So
right,
that whole conversation is a thing of the past now to
right.
me.
Right.
They're back now.
And the
Thank
way it
goodness.
looks after last night looks like okay, they're strong. And now they're going to get that push again as a tag team. I think the time off was good for them. It was good for the fans. You know, I think
Hmm.
they begin to be underappreciated. And I think that happens a lot with some of these guys that they're on the show all the time, all the time, all the time. You tend to kind of take them for granted.
Hmm.
That's why I don't mind when someone like a Roman Reigns, he's not on TV for 3 or 4 weeks. Like, because I think CM Punk's kind of in that same boat right now. I think he's a little underappreciated because you always see him. Cody Rhodes maybe even the same way. You know, I think a lot of times when we see these guys week in, week out, week in, week out, we start to underappreciate them. We take for granted that they're there. You know, the Street
Yeah,
Profits,
that's what it is.
the Street
Hmm.
Profits were those guys. You know, they were always in the tag team title picture. You almost just saw them so much, it's just like, oh, it's the Street Profits. Well, now they've been gone for a long time, and I was
Hmm.
like, oh, the Street Profits, yes, Street. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
everybody needs that. Everybody needs a few weeks off. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Sometimes you need a couple months off. So you may need a year off.
Just a
Whatever.
reset. Yeah,
Refresh,
of
man.
sorts. Yeah.
Reset, refresh. It's good for you, and so I'm excited. I'm excited about that. I can't wait to see where we go with that. But what I want to get into before we run out of time
Hmm.
is, and I love this, man. Like it gave me chills last night. Roman Reigns walking down the tunnel, getting ready to go through Gorilla.
Hmm.
He gets in Gorilla. There's the Usos. I'm watching all of Raw and I'm like, bro, my boys ain't even made an appearance yet, man. Like, what's going on? Where's the Usos? And my wife even said something about her. The Usos going to be on, and I'm like, they better be. And so Roman's walking through Gorilla, and there's the Usos kick back against the wall, and they kind of the head nod, you know. And Roman starts to walk out to the curtain, and he looks back at him and is like, come on.
Yeah.
And so, and you saw Jimmy's face. Jimmy's like, "Yeah, let's go."
And the crowd popped
And
too.
him and Jay come out, you know, and they're doing their thing, walking out with them. And man, I love the stuff Roman said. Like, I miss this. I miss
Hmm.
doing business with y'all. I miss I miss working with y'all, you know.
We're like this. We need to be like this
Exactly.
together.
And what I loved about that is I expected him to say this
Mm,
with the one. I expected that where, you know, tribal chief, y'all are underneath, you know,
mm,
but he said this. We need to be like this. We're dominant like this. We're powerful like this. And then he said, I want y'all, but I don't want y'all to serve me.
yeah. Yeah.
I want y'all alongside me.
He made it clear.
And I was like,
Yeah.
yes, like
Yes.
we're getting OG Bloodline, but 2.0, you know what
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like yes, he's the tribal chief, but you're not here to do his bidding. And I'm just like, I am here for this.
Yeah. When they went on either side of him, Jay's there and Jimmy's here. I thought they were going to kick his teeth down his throat right there.
Yeah.
It didn't happen. I
Yeah.
thought it, but it didn't happen.
No, well, no, because Jimmy walks over and then Jimmy hits the one.
Yeah.
Jay comes over and does the one, and then Roman's just about to put up the one,
Ooh.
and freaking
Ha.
fa
Fa.
two.
2.
I'm like, dang it, Jacob.
Jacob Fatu comes out, and I'm like, is Jacob Fatu going to join him? That'd be
That
so
well,
freaking
that was
awesome.
my
Oh
thought.
my gosh, I hope so. That'd be awesome.
I thought when he came out, he was going to be like, listen, fam,
Yeah.
you ain't doing this without me. I
Yeah.
want in on this.
Yeah. That's what I thought too.
I was a little thrown off by his promo, like with the things he said,
But
because, but I mean, it's going to be fine, but it's just like, dang, all of a sudden now you're coming for the title. Like it felt weird at first, but then he was like, I need it. I need it for my cat. My kids need better schools. My kids this, my kids that,
mm,
my family this, my family that. So I liked where they were bringing it from, still keeping it about family.
mm-hmm.
And Roman didn't just dismiss him.
No.
Like he's like, I don't blame you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, yeah. So
I want that too, Jacob.
yeah, I want
But
that for you.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, like, and I don't know, man. Like the whole thing was just like, we're getting back to cinema, man. Like we're getting back to real storytelling. You know what I'm saying? Like buckle up, because this is about to get really, really good.
Uh-huh. Well, Roman, when Jacob came out, and Roman's like, "Well, you're really, I can assume you're out here for two things. You know, one of two things. One is to acknowledge me." Jacob's like, "No, that ain't it." So then it has to be you want this, the,
Yeah,
the world title.
and that's when he's like, I don't want
I
that.
want it. I
I
need it.
need
Yeah.
that. I need that. And so it looks like at Backlash, that's what we're going to
That's
get.
what Jacob said was backlash.
Yep. And I think he's going to get humbled. But what I liked was that it was not a looking at the Usos to take care of them. None of that. Like they leave. Now, when they're walking out, you did hear Roman say something about talk to your boy or something like that. And Jimmy was like, I'm going to talk to him. Like I did catch that. It wasn't one of those like mic'd up things, but you can kind of hear it like because they're a little distance from the mic. So there was a little something there, but man, I am so pumped about what's happening right there.
Uh-huh.
Like, because original Bloodline was great with Roman as,
And
you
with
know,
this,
the tribal chief.
yeah.
But man, if you have Roman as the tribal chief and the champion, and you've got, like he said, the Usos not there to serve, but there to be alongside him, to not be his little patsies that come out and do his dirty work.
Not be his lapdogs.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where can this thing go?
Oh my gosh. And there's more than them.
Oh, yeah, dude. When you talk about Bloodline, bro, that thing is massive. Solo is kind of up in the air right now with
Yeah.
what's going on with him. His MFTs seem to be kind of crumbling a little bit with Tama Tonga. What's going
Yeah.
on there? You know, him and Jacob kind of having a little beef. So there's going to be some layers to this, and we're going to start seeing them peel back a little bit, and this is going to be exciting.
Hope
Like,
so. I do feel like if the match happens at Backlash, not to get ahead of ourselves, but if it happens, like you said, I think Jacob Fatu, I mean, he's not going to beat Roman Reigns.
no.
But I think as a result of that, Jacob Fatu would, one way or another, have to acknowledge his tribal
Exactly.
chief, and I think he joins him after that. That's what I
Absolutely.
think.
That was my thought. And another thing we didn't talk about in the post Wrestlemania, another thing Roman said, he said, I'm tired of the part-time talk.
Yeah.
I'm back.
He's going to be here through the summer.
I'm back.
Yeah.
So get ready. Like we are about to have this week in and week out. and I cannot. Like, is it Monday yet?
Uh
Like,
huh.
like,
Yeah.
like I'm already
Or
ready.
Friday. Well, who knows? I mean,
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know.
like, so we say all of that to say this: what an exciting time in the WWE right now between these storylines that you got cooking that like this one that are just absolute cinema, man.
Yeah.
I mean, absolute cinema to these up and coming stars that are just grabbing the torch and running with it. I mean,
Uh-huh.
Trick, Oba, Ruka, like these guys, they're just taking it and they're running. They're taking the baton. They're running, man. Like there's no hesitation in these guys. They are main eventers. They know they are. They're talking and they're competing like they are. There's no question. Javon Evans, another one. Like the sky is the limit for the future of the WWE,
Hmm.
and it all goes back to what NXT was made to be, and that's developmental, where
Exactly.
they're actually developing
Yep.
these
Yep.
guys. And
Yep.
look at what it's doing to their product.
Yep. Yep.
It is, in my opinion, it's probably the best it's ever been
Hmm.
from top to bottom. Now there's some question marks in there, but from top to bottom, best it's ever been.
Yeah. Yeah. There's an influx of future right now,
Oh
and that's
man,
just going to be grow as time goes on. All this level of excitement, all this stuff, we had this for everything going into WrestleMania. For all these weeks. Now we're on the other side of WrestleMania, and there's already stuff going on that we're looking forward to and we're excited about.
absolutely,
That's amazing. That's
absolutely,
huge. So
absolutely,
hopefully TKO fixes the freaking ticket pricing and just
and the advertising.
of all that crap, um, and gives us fans our product back as we like it and as we had it in those regards. But other than that, there's lots of stuff going on that and very exciting, and we are looking forward to all of it. And
Absolutely.
onward to Backlash.
Absolutely, absolutely. Man, I know we kept y'all a little long today. Ran about 20 minutes over what we usually do. But
Yeah,
man, when you got 2 nights of WrestleMania and a Raw to talk about, man,
yeah,
so much exciting stuff happening. So appreciate you guys for tuning in. Appreciate the feedback we've been getting, guys. It's amazing. We love to hear from you guys. Don't hesitate to comment, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. We want
please.
to hear from you. Polls are on Spotify every week, man. Don't miss out on those. We want your opinions on things. But man, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. For Rusty and Billy's Wrestling Adventure, I'm Rusty. This is Billy, man. We will see you guys next week.
See ya.
4 letters, one word. Stop.